Autistic Gamers 7, and welcome back to another video. This is another vlog video, which I know I've had a lot of them recently, but a lot of things have been going on that I've felt the need to keep y'all updated with. So with this one, the main thing about this one is to mention that I am having videos come back, and I'm sorry that I didn't have videos for a while. I'll go into further explanation of why later in the video, but I am back. Videos will resume to regular, so as of starting today, which once I get this uploaded will be Monday. I was originally going to try to get it on Sunday, but because things wasn't working out well, like I wasn't getting the settings right, because I had to rechange some settings here and there over again, and so this is the third time I'm recording this video, so it will not be on Sunday because I will not get it done by finished editing and everything in time to get out. But starting today, my videos will resume to 2 a day, except for on Sundays. I go and visit my grandparents on Sundays with my dad because my grandfather hasn't been doing well the last, like, basically all of this year, so we do try to make an effort to make sure we go over there once a week, and we usually go on Sundays, so I will keep Sundays to 1 video a day, but all the rest of the days will go back to the 2 videos a day. I have been working on some projects. There's still some other projects that I need to get started on that I've talked about in the past that I just haven't got to actually get to yet. Hopefully I will get to those very, very soon. But basically, the reason why I didn't have videos for a while, if you follow me over on Twitter, you might have somewhat of an idea, but I basically I was feeling motivated to a certain extent and not motivated to another extent. Basically, I would feel like super motivated, and I'd come over and I'd sit at my computer and I'd start working, but I could not keep focused, I could not keep interested, like, I wasn't able to work efficiently like I normally do on the videos and things like that, and I just could not get any done, and I was getting sidetracked and mind drifting off and all this stuff. But I have recently, like as of recently, I haven't really been getting out much. I haven't got to talk or hang out with friends a lot. I was basically sleeping more than I really needed to. I wasn't getting out of bed. But I took that break because I think a lot of things was just coming all together in between, like not getting out, staying indoors, like in my room so much, and not getting to talk to friends and not hanging out, and some things that I wish was at a certain point in my life are not necessarily there, and I was getting down about some other things. For the most part, YouTube is going pretty well. Considering where I was this time last year, I'm doing a lot better, because when I first started my YouTube, I actually didn't have my Twitter, I didn't have, I think I may have had my Instagram, but I didn't really get on it and a lot of stuff, and I wasn't keeping a regular schedule. Some weeks I would have only 1 video, some weeks I had 3 or 4, it just was varying so much that, it wasn't really growing at a very, like, any rate, basically. I had noticed for a while recently that it seemed like my views, comments, and likes went down, but it seems like the views and the likes are going back up. The comments went up, but not, like, compared to where they were at one point. And I know it's not really easy to track them. I'm just doing this basically from what I can tell and what I see. So, yeah, but, which those are more important to me than the subs, but I make sub goals just because they're easier to sort of keep track of, and easier to figure out, and easier to just know how close you are, versus the comments, likes, and views are a little bit harder to sort of get a feel of where they're at and stuff like that compared to your goal. I usually still try to have those goals. I may not mention them on Twitter or out loud, but I do try to have them just in the sort of back of my head, just always, because I like having things to aim for and stuff. But otherwise, subs are not my main point, but it may seem like that sometimes just because where I do mention my sub goals. But like I said, it's the easier thing to show, the easier thing to obtain, to see that you've actually reached it, and so on and so forth. But anyway, but also, like, I finally went out with, during this break, I went out with my friend Cassie, and we basically went out for the day, did some shopping, went out and ate, Then we actually went and took a walk where we just sort of walked. I played Pokemon Go, and we talked at the same time, which was really nice, and I think we're going to try to do it every single Friday from now on, permitting that the weather and everything else works out to that plan. But so definitely gonna help and is gonna be nice. Also, the fact that my birthday is coming up, which is like, well, birthdays are usually good things, and it's not that it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just I always get these same feelings when my birthday is coming up, and it's for like the last so many years, and it's that I just, with my family, I love them to death, but I just don't enjoy my birthday with my family as much anymore, just because I usually end up sitting off somewhere by myself unless I invite Cassie over. Then it's me and Cassie sitting off by ourselves, playing on the Switch or talking or something like that, because I'm not, me and my family don't have a lot of the same hobbies and interests. A lot of them think my collecting and my Pokemon cards and my video games and things like that is a little silly and a little childish, basically. So, usually the only ones in my family who really, like, try to talk about the things that I like and try to do the things that I want to do on my birthday is usually my nieces. And not for family, my friends will. So, but I usually only ask for basically to come together as a family and enjoy playing games, and usually they say, well, they're not good at games anymore, or they're too old to play games, but the point of playing with friends and families when you're in a couch type setting, in my opinion, is just to have fun. It's not whether you're good or not, and that's all I want, but I don't get that anymore. I used to before my mom passed away. She sort of was like, hey, this is what she really wants, go and play with her, but they don't do that anymore, and I didn't even have my birthday at my own house this year, and that's where I really prefer my birthdays, because that's where I'm most comfortable, and I don't like driving, honestly, so I'd really rather not have to travel to go to my birthday party, unless it's like actually going out to eat and going bowling and those type of things. Those are okay, but if I'm traveling to another family member's house, I'd rather just have my birthday at my own house, but didn't even get that last year. But so, there's sort of that thought process comes up, and a bunch of other things that I really won't go into detail with just that. So with all that, it's sort of just slowly piling up on top of each other, and then when my Elgato wasn't working anymore, which I knew it was coming, I knew it was gonna happen, and that Elgato has worked for me for almost 2 years now, so I have no complaints with the Elgato HD that I had. It was fine, but then I had to buy a new Elgato. I wanted the Elgato HD60, but I could not find it anywhere, except for overpriced over on Amazon. It was almost $100 more expensive, the cheapest one, compared to where everyone else was selling it at, but they were actually sold out, so I couldn't actually buy them from those places. So, I had to get the HD60S, which I really didn't want to, but that was the only one I could find. So I went ahead and I bought it, and basically it did not work. When I finally got it to show up on the Elgato software, which is the software for the Elgatos, when I finally got it to connect and show up there, sometimes it would get the issue of saying that frame rate was too low or dropping or something like that, and it wasn't getting any of the audio. It wasn't getting, like, even though I had the live commentary option selected, it wasn't picking up it wasn't picking up the game audio, nothing. It was getting the pictures, and it was getting the webcam, but not the actual sounds. So that was the issue, and then when I would move it around, try to fix it, it started unconnecting, and it would just shut off, and it would seem like it was finally working, and then it shut off again, and it kept just going black and shutting off. So I was like, okay, and I tried it in like 4 different USB ports. I had to put it in the 3.0, and I only have 4 of those on my computer, so I could only use it in those. It wouldn't work in the 2.0 ports, so I tried every one of those. Wasn't working in any of those. It stopped finally not connecting at all. I got in touch with Elgato on a Friday evening. They got back in touch with me the next Saturday evening, and then I got back in touch with them the next Sunday evening, and been like 2 weeks since then, almost. Or yeah, it has been 2 weeks, I believe, today, and I have not heard from them. So I don't know. They're usually really good at contacting me, because I've had troubles in the past, and they help me resolve it really easy, and usually with something sort of silly or something that I just didn't realize. And they usually was really good, but this time they never got back in touch with me, so I don't know what that was. But luckily, I was still within the time period that I could return the Elgato HD60S. So I did return it. I got all my money back, and that was fine. And I got a HD60, which is the same one I had previously, but this one's been refurbished and fixed up a little bit more. So I got that because I know that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go see if I can find one, like an older version, on Amazon and just get the same thing. And I was able to find it, and I bought it and had Prime and everything. So the Elgato situation is fixed. It's all back. I do notice that a lot of my ports that I've plugged up the HD60 are very sensitive. 2 of them currently do not work because I did initially I didn't know which ports in the back part of them was my 3.0 ports. I knew there was 2 back there, but I didn't know which one it was. So the ports that the one that the HD60S had been plugged up to are now sort of messed up, and they're sort of sensitive, so I have to sort of watch that with my webcam and the Elgato, because one of them is hooked up to it, because I notice if I move them too much, something happens, so I do have to watch with that, sadly. Luckily, only 2 of the ports are bad that I've plugged it up into. There was a 3rd one that wasn't working there for a while, but if I wiggle the cord a certain way, it's fine now, so I don't even know how that happened, but it happened. So, yeah, but basically, I hung out with friends. I organized some Pokemon cards, like, because I'm a nerd. I organized my Sun and Moon Pokemon card collection. This is the holographic and, like, the GX cards and stuff like that, and then I have another one that I have, like, the regular cards, a single of all the regular cards, so that's, sometimes organizing makes me feel better. I don't know why. Just, I guess, something to focus on, so I did that. I did work on some projects, so it wasn't like I completely abandoned everything on the YouTube front, but I wasn't really on Twitter much and stuff. I think I was on Snapchat a little bit more than I usually was, just because it was just, usually I use my Snapchat when I'm out and actually going places and with friends and stuff, versus just at the house I tend to use just my Twitter and sometimes Instagram. But I sort of was trying to stay away from some of that stuff. I still replied to people and things like that and liked things when someone mentioned me and all that stuff, but I wasn't really actively on, so, but I think it did some real good and such. But, so I do apologize for being gone, I hope you understand, but I'm back now, and because I have the Elgato all situated and everything, that means that recording on my PlayStation and my Switch are back in a green light, so yay. So Zelda is coming back, Tales of Berseria is coming back to a more regular basis. I did have some of those pre-recorded, but because I didn't know how long the Elgato situation was going to be a thing, I didn't want to upload them or publish them all like close together, just so that I can at least have something other than Sims in the background sort of going for a little bit. But everything's good to go. Everything should be coming back and being fine. If y'all have any other games that y'all would like to suggest for me to try to play alongside that's on one of those, I just picked up some random games that I have here that I actually haven't got to play. This is the newest one. It actually just recently came out, which is Shining Resistance Refrain. So, like this one, I've had this one for a little bit, but it's from the Alteller series. I don't think I'm saying that right, but Alteller, Sophie, Knights of Azor, and, like, even though I have a Tales series going on, I just have other Tales games, like Tales of Zestiria. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know if I'm ever saying some of those right. But I'm super excited that Tales of Vesperia is having, like, a relaunch. What is it? It's like a remastered version, and I think it's coming to the Switch, if I saw it right. Either way, I know it'll be coming to PlayStation 4, so I'm super excited about that, because that's the one that got me originally on the Tales series games, so I'm excited to see that one come back. But if there's any of those type of games that you would like to see, or one that you have seen others playing, or you've seen on the Switch or on the PlayStation 4, that you would like for me to play, definitely let me know down in the comments below. I definitely would like any suggestions that y'all give me. And if there's any suggestions y'all have for some of my Sims 4 series and things like that, always feel free to leave those in the comments of those videos or in my vlogs and such. And if you'd like to see any other video ideas, I'm definitely feel free. All video ideas are now back open since everything is fixed and I've sort of regrouped myself. So if you want to see like going through my collection of Pokemon cards, or if you want me to try to set up a video of opening some booster packs or something of Pokemon cards, I can do that. I did recently just buy the new one, which is the Celestial Storm. I bought some of those and I've already sort of opened them up already. Sadly, I only got one GX card out of like almost 10 booster packs. I was really, really devastated by that, but can't always have good luck, sadly, in those situations. So, but yeah, I keep notebooks around that I keep like video ideas or anything that I'm doing for certain videos and stuff like that. So any ideas that y'all want to suggest me, I definitely will keep in mind and probably write them down and stuff, so feel free to leave those. Also talking about like video ideas and sort of letting me know about things. I mentioned in the last one, I do have a Discord that you can go and join. I said last time that it was called Artistic Gamer 7, but it's actually Artistic Gamer 7 and Friends. So if you just want to chat with me on there, there is a chit chat section, and just, you know, share things that are going on. If you have stuff going on with your like Twitter or YouTube or whatever, you can feel free to share that stuff on there. And I have a section that is for video ideas where you can talk with me or others that are on there with maybe possible ideas for videos. And I also have a section for each one of my series that I currently have on my YouTube right now, so that you can go and feel free to talk about stuff going on there or ideas that you would like to see done in those. So like with, for example, if you're watching the Eevee episodes and the Eevee series and you want, like, let's say Vaporeon to do a certain thing, or you think it'd be a good idea for her to do this, or be friends with this person, something like that, just any of those things, or storyline ideas, you can leave those in those sections as well. I also have a section that is for other creators and things like that, as help other sections. And what I think I'm going to do starting next week, probably, I will start posting YouTube, like someone else's YouTube or Twitter or Twitch or something where they sort of share things a lot like that. People who I think need a shout out, doing that once a week. So that is definitely somewhere to, you know, check out those people. And also if there's someone that you feel really needs a shout out or whatever, you can also go and put it on that section. And once I start doing my August collab, it also will have a section on there. It already has a section, but I haven't done anything, of course, for it. So be prepared, like if you're going to try to join those collabs, which is Sims 4 related, that's where you would have a way to talk. I'd also have it on Twitter as well, because I know not everyone has a Discord and not everyone necessarily has a Twitter, so there's two options to sort of keep in contact with me and with some of the others there. As far as the August collab, currently, I know I recently had said that I was going to try to get it around the 4th, 5th of August out, but because of all these things that sort of happened, I do not have it ready as of yet. It shouldn't take me much longer, so hopefully very, very soon. Luckily, on the end of everyone else, it should be something that won't take necessarily as long as the last collab did, so shouldn't matter if it's like a little bit like later in August that I start it, so it should be fine. But keep an eye out for that video so that you can participate in that collab if you would like to. I think I'm gonna let 20 people in this time around, so it's first come, first serve. Whoever comes first automatically gets in for sure, and then once it gets down to like the last opening, whoever's the first person to contact me will get it. And I hate when I have other people contact me after I get full. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's full, but definitely pay attention to next month, because I'm going to be doing these. I'm doing them every single month, so yeah. But anyway, so that's sort of a little update that probably was more of a life update than I usually give, but and this is a pretty long vlog at this point, but I felt needed to sort of express some things and tell y'all and let y'all know and let y'all in, because I do care about what y'all think and what y'all have to say, and I do want y'all to know what's going on my end as well, so that y'all are not left in the dark. So that's sort of things going on and things like that. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not already, and like and share the video and comment as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.